The man's hand was accidentally bitten by a venomous snake. Panicking, he took out his phone to call for help. However, he fumbled and the phone slipped into a crack between the rocks. With no other choice, Tom forcefully sucked the blood from the wound using his mouth. Then, while he was still conscious, he ran back to the cabin in the woods to avoid passing out in the wild and being attacked by wild animals. Soon, he began to breathe rapidly and his consciousness started to blur. Eventually, he completely passed out. In a daze, Tom felt as if someone had come looking for him. But upon seeing his condition, the person did not enter to help and instead quickly left. He could vaguely hear a few strange sentences. His mother, unable to reach him, went silent after sending one last message. He had no idea how much time had passed when he finally woke up from his coma. Without his phone, Tom couldn't tell how long he had been out. He only noticed that he hadn't died from the venom and that even the wound on his hand had healed. Tom thought the emergency treatment might have worked, but to be safe, he decided to go to the hospital for a checkup. Strangely, his car was covered in a thick layer of dust. Tom didn't think much of it and, after wiping it off briefly, drove straight to town. But once he entered the town, he started to feel something was off. The streets, which were usually lively, were now completely empty. Supplies were scattered all over the roads, clearly abandoned during a rush. Just as he was puzzled, he suddenly spotted a corpse lying on the ground. Only then did he realize something was seriously wrong. The corpse's skin had turned dark and blackened. The swarming flies proved that the person had been dead for quite some time. Although he didn't know exactly what had happened, the tragic scenes around him made it clear that something terrible had occurred. Thinking of this, he immediately drove back home. It was only through the radio that he learned he had been unconscious for 3 weeks. During that time, a highly fatal virus had broken out across the world. It spread rapidly in a short period and nearly wiped out humanity. In disbelief, he rushed back to his house. But the horrifying sight of his parents made him instantly face reality. Tom believed there had to be other survivors like him, but after searching the town for several days, he found nothing but ruins. Even so, he didn't give up and decided to head for the big city. Unfortunately, the city was just as silent and lifeless. Most of the power systems were still running without anyone maintaining them. The bright lights made the quiet surroundings seem eerily strange. After a fruitless search, Tom finally gave in to fate. Exhausted, he soaked in an open-air hot spring at a 5-star hotel. Then, stark naked, he drank grape juice freely and indulgently. But just then, he unexpectedly encountered other survivors.